Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. I just wanted to wish all of you a very, very happy Thanksgiving. I hope this video finds you sitting amongst friends and family, stuffing yourself silly, and enjoying wonderful times with all of your loved ones. I want to take this moment to express my gratitude to all of you on this day of Thanksgiving. And I'm going to do something here that we normally don't do. Two things. Number one, I'm not really going to educate you with this at all. And I'm actually going to get a little personal here. And the reason is because there is a backstory to Washington Gun Law, and all of you play a huge part in that. I have people come up to me frequently, and they always thank me for what we do here at Washington Gun Law and the information we provide that. And I am very appreciative of all of that gratitude. But the true thanks, the real thanks needs to go back to all of you. Because you are doing me a huge favor. You are doing me a huge service, and I'm going to explain why. For those of you who were way back when we first started this channel, you'll remember we used to record from the law firm. We used to have long hair. Yeah, we were in the middle of a pandemic. And candidly, I started the channel Washington Gun Law for two reasons. Number one, we were burning to the ground here in Seattle and people needed some help. And number two, I didn't have anything else to do during the pandemic. And maybe one of the reasons that Washington Gun Law has been able to grow so rapidly is that we never started the channel with the idea of me becoming a content creator. We never started the channel with the idea of being monetized or trying to actually make revenue from it. And we certainly never started the channel with any goal other than to give you objective, understandable information so that you could make up your own minds. We started down the middle, and we've kept it down the middle because you, the viewer, have constantly responded that that's the kind of information you want. But more importantly, I want to take you all back to the summer of 2023. You see, at that point, it was time for me to take Gun Law Junior away to college. And Gun Law Junior was going to Washington State University, which should have been the most exciting time in my life because that's the school I graduated from. That's the school my dad graduated from. That's the school my grandpa graduated from. That's the school that my sister graduated from. That's the school that my nephew and my niece graduated from. So it is a huge part of what we do in our family. And for those of you who've made the trip from King County all the way over to Pullman, Washington, you know it is a long trip and you will have a lot of time to do a lot of thinking. And while I should have been excited that whole time as I was taking my kid over to WSU, no, instead, I was literally misty-eyed the entire time. And I was misty-eyed because 18 years had gone by and I didn't remember hardly any of it. And I didn't hardly remember any of it because for all of my older son's childhood, I was running a large law firm. I was a trial attorney, and I was constantly either chasing something or tethered to something. And let me explain. Because when you run a large law firm like I was, you become not only a trial lawyer, but the managing partner and the human resources director. At the same time, you're supposed to be a husband and a father as well. And what I found is as I was driving across the state, I realized that I had spent 18 years of my life and 18 very important years of my son's life in a prison that I had actually built for myself. Because during that 18 years, the reason I didn't remember anything is because I had been so caught up in my law practice. I'd been caught up in chasing the verdicts. I'd been caught up in chasing the clients. I'd been caught up in chasing the money. I'd been caught up in chasing my associates and chasing my employees. And at the same time, I was supposed to be a father and a husband. And so driving across the Pullman, I realized how much I had cheated myself and my son out of what life had to offer us. And I made a commitment at that point that I needed to find more freedom. I could no longer be tethered to clients. I could no longer be tethered to calendars and to court schedules and to briefing schedules. I no longer wanted to be tethered by my clients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Because it's amazing how many of them will not return a phone call at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, but they will gladly text you Saturday at 8 p.m. And so I needed, for myself and for my family, and candidly for my sanity, I needed to find some level of freedom. And Washington Gun Law, the YouTube channel, has allowed me to find that freedom. I am no longer tethered to as many clients. I am no longer tethered to the crazy courtroom schedules and briefing schedules. I am no longer out there trying to chase the next client to make the next dollar to pay for the crazy amount of overhead that we're running. No, I am much freer today than I was when I started this channel, and it's only possible because all of you were willing to tune in. And so for all of you who want to thank Washington Gun Law for what we do, I appreciate it. But let me tell you, my gratitude towards you can never truly be expressed, because when you tune in each and every time, what you're doing is you're allowing Washington Gun Law to grow. You're allowing us to educate America. But most importantly is that you're allowing me to find my freedom once again. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, me and everyone in the gun law family, we want to thank each and every one of you for being willing to tune in and listen to what we have to say, because we know that oftentimes it's not good news. We know oftentimes when you're done watching the video, you're going to be infuriated, and we completely understand that. But we promise that we're going to continue to keep it down the middle. We promise that we're going to continue to treat you like grown adults. We're going to give you all the stuff to think about, but we're never going to tell you how to think. In the meantime, I want all of you to enjoy this time you have with your family. Make memories, because unfortunately, life does move far too quickly. And most importantly, have a wonderful holiday season and stay safe.